take us in.
So what happened with the euro trade? Do you know?
The EC, I don't know. I wasn't at my computer at the time, so I didn't get the chance to analyze it before, or when she was like, "Hey, I think we're good here." So I just kind of put in where she put in. So that's my fault. I'm not,
So you
taking the
traded,
time to.
so you traded blind with somebody that may struggle a little bit.
I did.
That's
So it's my.
That's always a good thing.
I know, right? No, it's definitely my fault in doing that. But I would have been okay had I not. But I don't have much wiggle room this coming week, so hopefully EA. I'll be sticking with one solid trade this week to.
So did you look at the market afterwards?
No, I didn't.
Well, if you get a chance, we'll look at it right now. But all the euro pairs, they're not going down further. They all bounce.
Okay.
So across the board, EA, all of them bottomed. So we will probably get a pretty good run up. So I think it's pretty safe to say that that the order block that it's hitting down here now is probably going to be the bottom of the market for the time being. And even if this is just a retracement, right? Like from the several weeks of it pushing down, even if it's just a retracement, it should still be a pretty significant run back up to the top. If I was betting, I would probably say the market is at least going to hit this part. I mean, this point right here. So if you want to go and fib the move all the way down, and then get your golden zone marked up, you can probably trade the market back up. Or that should be the bias, I think, at this point, is to trade the market back up to the golden zone. Because even if it's going to move lower, it's not going to move lower right now.
Gotcha.
Which leaves us to a few good opportunities. So do you know how we talk about the stop runs on a daily?
Yeah.
I think we're seeing the same thing on this weekly on EU. We got it last week. This week we have a break of structure. We have a bullish order block. I definitely see this thing pushing higher. And what I did here is I'm testing something, but I think the market should come back down to this area eventually before it maybe not before it pushes up, but at some point it should come back, because this level broke structure right here. And whether it's a year from now, whether it's sometime next week, the market should come down, tap, and push higher. The same way, if you look at this move here, the market came back down. So I'm looking for the market to come back down at some point. I'm not necessarily, this is like more of a test though. So
okay,
I'm definitely going to trade this weekly order block for EN next week. So this was a bearish order block. I think they filled the wick. It might go down a little bit further, but I think it's going to push up as well. And y'all traded Euro CAD. Same difference. Because it was a bearish order block last week, I thought it was going to push past this order block. It bounced. So the GBP, the GBP pairs are doing the same thing. So I kind of anticipated this move. I got paid a pretty decent amount on GA this week. Between GA and the US 30, man, it was a good week. So I think there's still an opportunity with GA. Let me go back to it. Look for the retracement and look for it to keep pushing higher. This is a weekly OB. Another opportunity with GC. You have a weekly OB. I feel like this is the same type of an opportunity as you see on the Euro pairs. I think we'll be able to trade this at least to the zone. And I'm not saying we'll get this move all next week, but I think we're safe to trade it up to the go to zone before we have to make any major decisions. Man, these JPY pairs, man, they're never coming down. I really expected to see a retracement, but we never got it, and they just keep going higher. When I zoom out and look at this, I think the retracement time is past us. I think it's going to push up to these levels before we'll see any retracement. So if you can find you an entry, I don't think you'll regret it. UJ is
Why do you think that is with the JPY pairs? Like, what's
the Japanese economy is hurting, man.
Gotcha.
I mean, they've not recovered, and they were talking about it even during the Olympics, but I think everybody assumed that that they would recover, but they're just not. And if you look, I think they're the only major economy that hasn't even raised interest rates. That's not good.
What about that Chef JPY? I think
I didn't realize T Money was on the call.
I didn't realize T Money was on the call either, but it's the same, man. All the JPY pairs are the same. As a matter of fact, I was listening to a podcast sometime this week that one of the guys on the podcast caught this trade right here. And he's like $1 million in profit.
I don't say he eating heavy.
Yeah. So if you can, man, if you can catch it right, man. Ooh.
This one you think is gonna put? It's never been this high. It's only been this high 3 times.
Well, I know.
2005.
The Japanese economy had never been this bad. So it's a lot. Like the USD JPY haven't been this high in a long time. So, I mean, all we can do is trade what we see. And all we see.
I thought it was might be one of them stop runs, like you said.
Well, I don't see that. Until it breaks, I would say only trade bullish order blocks. It needs to break structure to the downside. And it hasn't, you know, like I thought that we were going to get it last week. And no, you know, like I thought it was going to come down. It didn't break, it just bounced, right? This is a bullish or bearish order block. If it breaks, then I will trade. I'll trade to the downside. But until it breaks, you know, all you're going to do is throw away money trying to trade, trying to sell a pair that's going up. That's kind of it's kind of asinine.
So even that right there, that daily order block is no good.
Well, I'm not trading it down until it breaks. That's if I were you, I wouldn't do it either, because you're wasting time when there are other pairs that are actually, you know, this. Why would we trade this down when it's a straight up, you know? And I thought that it was breaking here, and it just came down to the moving average and it bounced. So what if this comes out and bounces again? So you're wasting time and percentage on a pair that's clearly going up. You know, like Ray Charles can see this thing as straight up. And while we're expecting a sale, you know, I read a book, I don't know, in 2020 sometime, where you know, the author was saying that one of the downfalls of traders is we're always trying to catch a reversal. Instead of trading the direction of the market, we are always trying to catch that big reversal. And instead of doing that, we should program our mind to just trade what we see. If it's going up, trade up. And then it's better to lose the trade on a reversal when you're trading with the trend than it is to trade against the trend thinking you're going to catch a reversal every time. So yeah, until it breaks and starts going down, and this very well could go down. Like for 3 weeks, it's been trying to push past this high, but let's see what it's going to do before we just start trading it down. You know, I tried that with NZD, I want to say last week, and it didn't go down. So just once it goes down, we'll have plenty of opportunity, because this is a significant move up. So if this breaks and it ends up right here, we still have plenty of room to trade it down to the golden zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't want you guys to waste money on a trade idea because I said that it's going to break down and it never breaks. So let's just trade the OBs that we do have going in the right direction. And if you are a GJ fan, and I think an EJ fan too, you got a good weekly right here for EJ. You got a daily for GJ. So you have a couple of opportunities if you want to trade JPYs. You know, my little nemesis over here, I don't think it's ever coming down. This UJ is just retarded, man. Yeah, you don't have an entry for UJ, but if you want to trade JPY, EJ and GJ have solid entries. Just trade it to the upside and collect your money. Go to my brother's favorite pair. Got this US all headed back to the top, y'all. get right, just in time for the summer. This thing should push on up back to at least $1.30, $130. I can get ready to pay that $8 a gallon this summer. It went right to our retest area, right to the golden zone, and it turned right around. If you're a UK oil trader, it's also going up. Is Martha on here?
Is the pip count on the oil the same as the pairs, or is it like the indices?
It's like the indices. Hey, Shay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you explain the pip count?
For what? US oil?
Yeah, it's like gold, ain't it?
I don't know. Gold is 10 points per
It is.
pip.
It's the same. It's the same.
Okay.
Speaking of which, how you doing today, Shay?
I'm doing good.
Do you have your gold analysis?
Oh, I don't. I just came from T-ball practice.
It's always something.
It is. I'm busy.
T-ball practice. Hey,
Got you tomorrow
must be nice.
on the beginner call.
Okay.
But it's climbing.
It is climbing. I didn't really see an entry. There's gonna be a retest here, but
It retested already.
well, it did, but yeah, we still have to wait to get an entry on a lower time frame.
So there you go. It retested already. What's the pip count from where price is now to the bottom of that wick?
They got to fill the wick, right? 11.29.
What's the risk to reward to the next OB? And drop quarter chips.
What do you mean to the next OB? They're up. You mean up to the top?
One. No. There's one before the top. Right. Go down right there. You want to make sure you got to have it break that before you take it all the way up.
Well, but it's going to come. Don't you think it's going to fill this wick first?
It might, yeah. What does it look like on the let me see the 2 hour?
2 hour. Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, that girl, no.
See?
That's why you're supposed to break this down. You get this small little if it does bounce without wicking, you can make a killing.
Right.
What were we on, the 8 hour or 12 hour?
8 hour. What's the risk of reward?
1 to 18.
1 to 18.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds too good to be true.
If you can catch that, that'd be outrageous. I might even have to trade that. But now that you got the big account, you should be able to trade it.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see though. So, hopefully this is the 1-18. Gold and oil. I saw, I don't know if y'all trade platinum, the spreads are a little bit higher, but I think it's along as well. It's a weekly long. You got that swing low right here. Got the pullback to the 78.6. Shit, man. Man. Platinum about to ride out on y'all. Platinum about to ride out. You can trade that thing way back up.
What is pullback to the 78.6, man?
Man, that means that you're about to get paid. That's ICT's optimal trading entry. It means there's plenty of room to run. Some people, rich people, they won't enter a trade unless they get exactly what they're looking for. So, it's no different than you entering a trade at an order block that taps you in. If they don't get a 78.6 retracement, they're not getting the trade. This is a discounted price. It's kind of like getting 78% off of your jeans or whatever, whatever you use. It's like buying it at 78% off. So you're never paying top dollar, and then you get this run up, right? So if you were in this trade when this thing first kicked out at the bottom of this wick, price runs up, it pushes down. It eventually almost gets to the 78.6, right? Then it pushes up again. So if you can catch these deep retracements, look at the run up after this pullback. $273 points. It's retarded, man. You're gonna get the same run up after this pullback. Everything is lined up for you. The swing low and the pullback. It's about to take now the liquidity has been taken from the bottom already. That's why you got this sprint. It sucked the liquidity out. You got the sprint up. Now you got the pullback. Now the only thing it has to do is clear these highs right here. That's where the liquidity in this market is above these highs now. It already took the liquidity down here. Might want to spend that extra money there. Trade that platinum.
Normally don't trade it.
Well, I know a lot of people that don't trade it. I remember in 2020 one time, I was at work talking about gold, and there was some country bumpkin that told me, oh, you gotta buy platinum. It's at all-time low. So I didn't listen to him. It was at 763 back then. And it shot straight up too. It was down here somewhere. Where's 763? Look how it ran up after that. Yeah, I'm very excited, Essence. Thank you. Essence, are you on the call?
Yeah,
Why are you laughing?
nothing.
All right, yeah, but so I think the 78.6 pullback is awesome, at least from the things that I saw. Does anybody have any other pair they want to look at? For those of you who don't know, I think Justin's released his bot. Two different versions of his bot. Hey, Justin, are you on the call? Does anybody have more information on Justin's bot? There's actually a channel that's dedicated to Justin's bot. I think I saw a post where he said one of them was for sale for 300 to 500, and the other one was 500. So shout out to Justin. Hey, if you guys are buying those bots and you're using them on funded accounts, just be mindful that that it may not be the best for drawdown, right? Just test it, maybe put it on a demo first. I don't know. But definitely in your personal account, where drawdown doesn't matter, as much. It only matters to your psychology. Nobody's going to come take your personal account from you. But he's been able to generate significant profits.
Hey, didn't I see something on the rules for the funded account? If they catch you, they'll kick you out anyway.
Oh, a lot of funded accounts allow you to trade with bots. So if your company or your funded account company does not allow you to trade with bots, then yeah, they'll kick you out. I don't know about my Forex funds, but I know my account with the prop trading, you can trade with bots. I think FTMO, you can trade with bots. There are several, you just have to look, a lot of those firms, they don't care. I mean, they want you to make money. So you can trade with bots. Some bots, some trades or some funded or prop firms don't want you to use a copy trade, right? So what that means is, let's say you have several trading accounts and you don't want to go individually to each of your accounts to enter a trade. You can use a copy trade that once you put it in one account, it will copy it to those other accounts. And a lot of them don't like those copy trades. I think it's because it makes it harder for them to track where you're trading from. So just keep that in mind and look in the rules. That's a good point though, to check the rules and see if those bots are allowed on prop accounts, and if not, just trade in your personal account, I guess. All right, somebody wanted to look at EU. EU is just like GU, man. They go into the top. So basically, I think these euro pairs have reached a low, and I think they need to maybe retrace back to the upside a little bit. So if I look down and go across. So maybe this one might bounce again, but I don't think it's going to push all the way down to where I originally thought it was going. At least not next week. I think that that we'll start to see some drawback, and maybe just like the Euro AUD and the Euro NZD, maybe we will finally get a pullback from this meteoric drop. And if it does, then just mark your golden zone where it will eventually pull back to. Let me see. I thought I saw an actual OB on one of these joints. Okay. So the last OB we have on this GU is a bullish. So I think that that both GU and EU are going to at least retrace to the top side. I need to check out the Dixie. That's weird. We have a bearish, and then we have a gap up. The dollar is showing out, yo, pushing the record highs. So I would look for a retracement to the upside for the G pairs. I'm definitely not trading the ones until I get an order block on the higher time frames. I anticipate this pushing up though. My bias is for us to push up. I don't know how far up. You know, we'll kind of have to play it by ear. You know, but you know, I expect for it to push up a little bit. And then, does anybody know when FOMC is? Expect.
FOMC statements come out on May the 4th. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You said May 4th?
Yeah, they come out on May the 4th.
Okay. So I think that Powell speaks, when is that, Thursday? We will probably get a more definitive direction after Powell opens his mouth. I think inflation is at an all-time high. a 40-year high. I think it was 9%, 8.5, something like that. So we're due another interest rate increase. I think all the signs are still pointing that direction. So as long as Powell status quo, the dollar will keep climbing. But until then, I don't think it's gonna just press straight up to the sky. The euro pairs need to retrace. So I would personally wait until you get an order block on a higher time frame to hop into EU. And hopefully, if you're trading EU, you have the Dixie side by side, because those they're generally a good mirror image of each other. The other pair. For you US 30 players. You're patient, you're right, Prince. All right, so Nas is still dropping. That red line, I'm sure it's 50% of this imbalance. Yep. I think Nas will at least hit this imbalance. There's a weekly order block that's right there too, which makes sense. I guess it could push further down into the imbalance. There's a daily order block down here. But, you know, I look for Nas to bounce. You have this break of structure on this move. Now you got to retest. I look for Nas to go to the top, to the upside after it bounces.
Hey, Ty, you hedge these two?
No, I trade indices a little different. So if I expect this to push up, let me just give you an example because it's pushing down. So there's going to be a pullback, right? Once price goes into this red box, then I can just put a sell stop right here. Put a sell stop here. So when it comes down, it'll just take me with it. Every now and then, it'll wick down and suck you up into the zone. But you know, I always set a stop loss on indices. I don't hedge. I just take my medicine if I'm going to take my medicine. But it was a good week for US 30.
So Todd, would you do this on your prop firm account or would you do it on?
Yeah, I prop it. I use a prop firm account.
No, okay.
I had some great returns this week. I caught 2 US 30 sell.
Can you show us those you caught?
You said what? It's on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
And one of them was a daily, like it just sold all day. I think Will and them caught the buy in the morning, and then I just sold it after that, like for the rest of the day.
Where did we say we're taking this to?
Red line. Feel this imbalance.
Got it.
That's about 300 points. That's not a bad move.
Mhm.
Okay, good move that is.
Nice, nice, nice.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Any other questions?
I haven't got any questions at the moment, but I'm going to message you, Todd,
Okay.
for one-on-one next week, hopefully, if you're free.
Okay.
Lovely. Thank you.
Are you getting I see you. Do you trade wheel strategy on the German 30?
At the moment, no, because I haven't been able to get up that early.
Are you just doing it on the US 30?
Yeah, I'm just doing it at 2:30 GMT time, because I'm studying in the evening. I have to keep on waking up just in time for work. So it's easier for me to do it at 2:30.
Okay. I mean, it's understandable.
Definitely a struggle to get up.
Yeah.
I'm in New York and I have to wake up at 2:30 a.m. and then wake up at 5 for my work alarm. So
Why do you get up at 2:30 a.m., Shay?
because that's 30 minutes before market open at 3 a.m.
So you're trying to catch the German 30?
Yeah, because US 30, I'm in a work meeting no matter what, from 9 to 9:30 a.m. every day. I'm in a work meeting.
Well, I think
So I'm trying.
you would probably be better served if you just focused on gold. Did you?
You so
Did
we're
you-
not talking about that. I'm trying to inspire her and motivate her
Oh,
to let her know that I gotta wait. There's a lot of us, sis. So I was just trying to Todd coming here and ruining the woman empowerment moment.
No, I was just,
So
I'm really just,
stick.
I just asked Leandra because I know she was gonna trade both.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to stay committed and consistent. It's hard.
Thank you for the encouragement. No, I was trading German 30 before, but I got COVID at the start of March, and I've just been feeling like really drained and tired. So I'm just trying to get back, my energy back and everything, and work and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna be back on it. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, your
Yeah.
health comes first. Take care of yourself.
Exactly.
Thank you. But Todd, this is why I need the one-on-one because I've been studying, so I need the one-on-one with you.
Okay. Just hit me up.
Okay, cool.
Anybody else? Hey, T Money.
So
Did you do well this week?
I wouldn't say I did well, but I ain't doing bad as I've been doing.
Well, I think that EA trade kind of threw people for a loop, but
Yeah, I did good in that one. I got out, I took the half of the take profit probably earlier than most people had it marked up, but yeah, so I did good in that one.
yeah, I think this week will be a better week. The opportunities are there.
Yeah, I mean, I only took two, so I'm slowing down.
Well, I
trying
think that's the key. You only need to take 2 trades. Well, it wasn't planned, Prince. It touched, it bounced off the order block. There's nothing you'll ever be able to do about a trade that doesn't break through an order block. I mean, we just have to recognize it for what it is. All that comes with time, though, Prince. The weekly order block was there. I thought it would break through the order block too. I'm not gonna lie, but it didn't break. I didn't lose money, and I made a lot of money on the US 30. So sometimes just taking advantage of the other opportunities out there is going to be the best move. That's why I always kind of preach to take the trade setup that you have the best advantage over. And I don't know what that is. And what I mean by that is sometimes you'll see an opportunity that's moving right now, even if you're in another opportunity. And the best thing you can do is close whatever opportunity you're in and get in the one that's actually moving, in your direction. Don't ever watch a trade go in the direction you think it's going in and sit in another trade that's not moving or not moving in your direction because you're already in a trade. Sometimes you have to make, a different decision. You have to be agile, it'll help you out.
I can give you a tip that I did for EA Prince. So like how he was saying how he does NAS, that's kind of like how I did for EA. But I also noticed that pairs like GPB odd and Euro odd is like so jumpy, and then they move really fast when they start to move, that I actually, so I don't get wicked in and then it goes all the way back in the red, I just move my entry lower so that when it does pull me in, it's like it's not negative as much when it does retrace a little bit. Does that, hopefully that helps, because that's what helped me for that one. Does that make sense?
I'm starting to think that when the order blocks are huge, that it probably is the best thing to do is use the sell stop and the buy stop. Wait for it to come out.
Exactly.
But you also, you can miss a lot of pips that way too. So I don't know. It's hard to
You
figure out.
can, but it's much safer because at least once you get in and you know it's going in your direction, you can just stack and then set your stop loss.
And TT, it all comes back to fear and greed, right? You know, like you saying, Terrence, the order blocks are huge. You think it's better to enter on the come out, but you're scared you're going to give up some pips. You know, I just preach consistency, right? Whatever you decide, you need to just do it all the time. You know, the worst thing you can do is worry about how big the order block is. You know, either don't take those trades with big order blocks. Use a different trade. Wait for a setup with a smaller order block, if that's what you want to do. There's a girl out there, Savannah from Smart Money Academy. She uses a different style of order block, but I mean, I think you should be at a level right now where you can go watch her order block video. She uses half of the order block. She uses this type of order block, but well, actually, it's the reverse. So she uses this as an order block, but this red candle is the actual order block, and then she'll set her marker for half of this order block. So this candle wicked perfectly her into the trade. She only protects half of this candle. So if you're interested in trading like that, it's a little bit different than the way I show you to trade, but there's a video out there, Smart Money Academy, Savannah. She can kind of talk you through that. But I don't suggest you do that, you know, but if you want to do that, I just want you to know the information's out there.
Oh, I have another thing too that you can do. Like if you're, because that one was a wide stop loss, like 116 pips or something. You can just calculate 0.5%, like just cut in half your percent that you're risking until it comes like all the way back down into the zone where you're ready, where you know it's good and ready to sell and you're a little bit in profit, like for sure. And then you can finish out the 1% or, you know, stack that way. But at least if you have 0.5% for like 115 pip loss, then like because my drawdown came to like negative $70, but it looks way better than like negative $140, you know, if you're on a small account or a prop account, you know. So that helped me. Yeah.
Does
Hey,
anybody?
so if you're in a trade and then you're looking and you see something else working, you saying you just cut it off and get in what's working?
In a New York second. I cut it off in the New York second. You know, like at any given time, I might see 3 or 4 pair, you know. Like the day I traded the US 30, the first day I traded the US 30, I got out of everything. You know, I mean, the US 30 was moving and I didn't want to have any other open trades. So I traded it, you know. I didn't know it was going to be a 20 KJ, you know, but it is what it is. So yeah, I will leave a pair in the dust and get in something that's moving, because that's where you make your money while the pair is moving. You can always come back. A lot of times I'll come back to a pair and it'll be either in the same spot or more advantageous for me, you know, because I got out and it moved opposite or whatever, and I can get right back in. I didn't miss anything. So if you're in a situation where you guys look at, y'all have like 4 or 5 pairs most days that you've already looked at. So it's nothing wrong with scanning or keeping track of what those other pairs are doing. And if you see one that's moving and it's not the one you're in, just close your position and get in the other one. You've already done the homework on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's so true, Todd, because US 30, it takes up a lot of leverage as well when you go into a US 30 trade.
Right.
If you go into drawdown as well, you need that, buffer in your account. So if you know the trades, it will sometimes just take you out the US 30 trade. And next thing you know, it hits your TP and you're like, oh snap.
I agree.
Why I get tunnel vision. If I think I'm gonna trade something and then it appears to do what I think it's gonna do, then I just get tunnel vision. I just be stuck on it.
Well, I think it's just all part of experience, man. There's nothing wrong with having tunnel vision. You want that keen focus when you're in a trade, but if it's not moving, if you don't wake up and you're out in the blue, then that's always a red flag for me. You get into a trade or you have a setup, it's either going to move or it's not. If it starts playing, then I'm looking for something else. I'm looking for a pair that is moving. And some days, there was a couple of days, maybe I don't know if it was last week or the week before, where we didn't have any setups. We might have one setup on the daily, and it would be a day of no trading, or maybe I would try to catch something on a smaller time frame. But there's nothing wrong with going days without a trade, because you're not losing.
Yeah, because like I think NF the week before, it took forever for it to do something. And then EA took forever.
Yeah.
Pick up the hedge, then gotta cut it. And you spend 3-4 days doing that, and then you get like 40 pips.
Yeah, but at least they're 40 positive pips. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do. I understand your frustration. But I would just stay the course, man. Every week is not going to be super lucrative. But when you do get the weeks, take advantage. So I think EJ and GJ are most of the time they're pretty good moving trades. You have bullish signals on those this week. I mean, the opportunities are going to be out there for us to catch pips. It's just going to be a question of whether or which move you're going to look at. The platinum trade is going to be a good trade, but it's a CFD. It's like an indice almost. But you got to be careful if you want to trade those. You know what I'm saying? You can't go in deep drawdown on those types of trades in that account, because it might suck that 5% up quick if you don't have a good entry. So I would just preach patience and recognize, like, it's good that you even keep track of what's going on, like the last 2 weeks. That's very important, going forward, because all that stuff is tools for your toolkit. And we all need patience as traders. Some weeks are going to be great weeks, other weeks aren't. Some days will be great days and other days aren't. But that's why you cherish those big days, and then you kind of come down off that high, because the next week, 2 weeks, they might not be good. They might just be average, or they might be red. But the big days are what keep you afloat. And for me, because I trade so many things, it seems like I see a lot of movement, and I'm abreast of the movement in a lot of different areas. Whenever I started learning Forex, they always told me to trade one pair. And that doesn't agree with, I can't disagree with that statement more. I understand what people say, but honestly, you know, I can't know the dollar intimately. You know, like I don't know everything about the dollar and why it moves. I know the interest rates. Uh, I have a decent understanding of the reports that come out, but it's not helping me. It's not helping me make more money. So I think what helps me make the money is by looking at all the pairs and understanding what's moving and where I expect to go where, you know, like because I look at these higher time frames, I can see that this pair needs to retrace. So this pair is creating higher highs or lower lows. So I think that gives me a decent understanding of what trades I need to jump into if I want to see some movement. And you know, hopefully that'll help you going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still excited about it. You know, I'm not winning like I want to win, but I do feel like, you know, these last few weeks I've grown, and it's just gonna take time to figure out the patience part and you know, making sure I'm doing the same thing every time. But you know, this was helpful, and you know, I'll try not to get so, I don't know, locked in or loyal to a pair, thinking it's gonna help me out when they, you know, they don't always do that.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's key, you know. There's a term out there that, you know, has anybody ever heard of the Kelly criterion? We'll talk about it you know, some other time, but it really applies to swing traders and the opportunities that you have. You know, I don't know that the group is there yet, so I really don't bring that type of stuff up. But you know, there are ways you can take advantage of swing trades that you can't necessarily do you know, when you're day trading. But we'll talk about that a little bit maybe on a 5 o'clock call one day. I don't want to throw people off. You know, I want to encourage good risk management and all that good stuff. So, but if you ever get a few minutes, you can Google Kelly criterion. And a lot of people who are good swing traders or have the ability to see long range moves, they trade it a little bit differently. They leverage it differently. All right. Does anybody have anything else or want to look at any other pair?
My only question is, so of all the ones, what are you going into the week as your favorite? I mean, we identified several weekly. Sound like the EN one because of the swing low.
So
is probably at least a good one to watch.
Well, I think that the EN is good, but I think as far as setups, on a weekly, as far as a weekly setup, this is a lucrative trade right here. I think you can easy money it down, and then you can trade it up. And with these odd pairs, the pip count is crazy. On, I guess last week this thing traveled about 250 pips. So on this pullback, you'll probably get 115 pips. So you can trade it down, and then you can trade it back up. It's at a weekly order block. So I think that's a good one. GBP NZD. It has a daily order block. Another good one. EA, daily order block. So EN is not, but it, if you drop down to the 12-hour or maybe the 8-hour, there's an order block on the 8-hour. So
And the weekly, right?
what's that? Yeah. This is a weekly too. But outside of these pair, you got EJ, you got GJ, you got platinum, oil. You got the NAS move down before it goes up. I think there are several different moves that can be lucrative. I just think that you have to pick a couple, right? I mean, you might want to write all of them down, right? But you pick a couple that you're going to get into, and then you just monitor the other ones if yours aren't moving. Right? So that these weekly moves are kind of tricky, right? The last couple of weeks. It's not just going to go down and go in your direction, or it hasn't been moving like that. So anticipate that. On this weekly up move for Euro NZD, me personally, I might not look for the buys to start happening until after Tuesday or Tuesday night. If it happens before then, I'm probably going to miss it. I'm just going to tell you the truth, because I've had to get out of a lot of hedges trying to buy it, before Tuesday, and then get caught up in the Judas swing or whatever. It's not to say that you can't make money, if it buys earlier and then sells again. You can, but I'm just speaking from my personal experience. So I'm probably going to try to participate a little bit in that NAS trade. I'm definitely going to catch me a little platinum. I don't know how that's going to move, so I have to kind of watch it. I haven't traded platinum in a while. Gold is going up, oil is going up. I don't mess with oil because it's too volatile. But if it just depends on you, and what your appetite is. The moves are going to be there. You just need to write them down and kind of monitor them.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Instead of just honing in on one or two, I might just need to look at the list, frame them all the way up. So I might have 6 or 7 that are framed all the way up and
There you go.
have a better understanding of what's going on. And then that way during the week, I can watch it and catch up real quick just by the markup.
Yeah, if you go and you put your long and short tools, on the moves, it'll help you, because you can see exactly where it is in real time. You don't have to go back and reframe it 2 days later. You can just see them, and then you write them down. Or I know that Felicia is probably cringing when I say write it down, because they have like watch lists and stuff. So
I got my watch list too. I ain't knocking the watch.
But there you go. Put them on your watch list. Do whatever you got to do to keep track of them.
Hey, and not getting in the weekly trades till Tuesday, that was real helpful, because Sunday and Monday, you just be stressed out anyway.
I know. That's crazy.
So the easy money been working. I know at first, well, not at first, but like 4 weeks ago.
I haven't done
it.
I haven't done it in 4 weeks. I just, while this war is jumping, it hasn't been good to me. So
right.
I'm going to do it for weekly for the weekly move, that GA trade. But I don't, if it's not an order block, if it's not moving towards the order block, I'm not doing it. Any other questions? All right, fam. Well, I guess I'm gonna cut this video. I'll be back on an hour earlier tomorrow morning for the newcomer. And we'll talk about price action and imbalances. We talked about order blocks last week, so we'll get into the price action and imbalances tomorrow morning. Appreciate you guys for hanging out.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Todd.
Todd.
All right.
Are you recording that newcomer stuff?
Wait, I got a question.
Yeah, I'm recording it. What's up, Prince?
The imbalance call, you doing that at 10 or 11?
It'll be 10 o'clock your time. 10
All right.
o'clock East Coast time, 10 a.m.
Okay. Appreciate it.
All
Todd,
right.
is the order block video in the chat?
What's that?
Is the order block video in the Discord?
The one from last week,
Yes.
it's under recorded Zooms.
Okay. Thank you. I'll check it out.
No problem.
Thank you. Bless. Have a good day.
All right, you too.